And welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Governor Mapp gives report following a meeting with Hess. Martin Luther King Day celebration details and your entertainment report. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
I Trade Earth brings you News Channel 8, a Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands-based approach to economic development and the global marketplace, one small business at a time. Call 866-396-8278 for more information or look at us on as seen on channel8.com for I Trade Earth.
In our top story, Governor Kenneth Mapp held a press conference today to give a report following a meeting that was held Wednesday with representatives from Hess Corporation and PDVSA.
I had a meeting with the Attorney General and my senior staff, and I have directed the Attorney General of the Virgin Islands, Soraya Diasi-Kofelt, to immediately issue a notice of breach of the settlement agreement to Hess Oil and to PDVSA, letting them know that the $40 million that were due and owing is a breach of the settlement arrangement, to advise the district court of a breach of the settlement arrangement and to file a motion for a reopening of the litigation on the contamination issues, to proceed with a foreclosure action. As you may know, as a security instrument on the sums due and owing to the government under the contamination issue only, Hess Oil put up its plant, all of its facilities and fixtures and property at Estate Hope to secure that note. I am instructing the Attorney General to foreclose on the note and to take every legal action to seize the assets and security instruments contained at Estate Hope. I have also directed the staff to identify a law firm on the U.S. mainland that is very experienced in dealing with these kinds of matters, particularly as it relates to oil, gas, and refining, because we also have the issues of the breach under the concession agreement. As I indicated to Mr. Godel and his team, the people of the Virgin Islands expect a full compliance with the obligations under our contracts and a complete cleanup of the South Shore of St. Croix as mandated, and we will pursue those claims to the fullest extent of the law. In our letter of notification to Hess Oil, PDVSA, and HOVIC, we have advised them that no fixtures, no property, no assets are to be removed from the Estate Hope location without a written request and a written approval of the government of the Virgin Islands. We will be directing the Department of Public Works and some of our other ancillary agencies to begin the process to take a full and complete inventory of all of the assets that are contained at Estate Hope, including aerial photography, and we will proceed under our rights, obligations, and abilities that are permitted by contract and permitted by law. I would like to underscore and make it very clear, as I said to Mr. Goodall and his team, that the government of the Virgin Islands remain open to have a peaceful resolution on these claims. It has to be clear that while Hess and the territory have enjoyed a long relationship, the only analogy I can append to this scenario is that we have clearly reached a path where we can no longer work in tandem. Our interests are different, and we are willing for a peaceful parting of the ways. But the obligations and the environmental damages to this territory cannot go unabated and will not go unresolved by the Mapp-Potter administration. The people of this territory have extended their arm in full cooperation, in tremendous tax concession, in financing opportunities. Just about every request that Hess Oil and its subsequent part of PDVSA have made to this government have in fact been approved, even above the objections of many in the community, to give the company the best opportunity to go forward in a positive and profitable manner. That the market forces has changed those conditions. That's no one's fault. It's just refining and refining in a facility that age and refining with the heavy coke out of Venezuela no longer works from an economic perspective. But the people of the Virgin Islands cannot carry the bill and the responsibilities for that. The obligations due us and the obligations due this territory must remain at the forefront.
Reactions are pouring in after the governor press conference. We now hear from Senator Terrence Positive Nelson.
I heard the governor's press conference regarding the Ovensa issue, and the governor hit it right on the head. It's something I've stated all along. Our government never did file a notice of breach, an action which should have been our first course of action when Ovensa breached the third extension agreement. What we're seeing here is we are finally having representation which is in the interest of the people on this Virgin Islands. What I like more than anything is the undertone of the governor's statements. We are willing to sit down and talk to work this out amicably. But we are also willing to take on the ongoing litigation in a serious way, if it's going to take that, to ensure that we get our proper dues as it relates to their breaches, as it relates to their contamination of our environment. And Governor Mapp, Lieutenant Governor Potter, you've made a great start. I've told you already. I'm on board with you. This posture does not mean anti-business or anti-industry, but it definitely does, to me, mean that you're representing the interests of this territory, the people and the actual land. And with that, I'm for that. So I've said it before, and you're going to hear it here again today. Governor Mapp, Lieutenant Governor Potter, I support this administration thus far. And I'm going to support you so long as you're heading down this road, and I think you're headed down this road. I'm with you. I think the people have deserved this. I'm hearing a lift in the atmosphere. The people are happy with the representation made today as it relates to Ovensa, Hess, PDVSA, and all of the above. And I think the people feel proud. It is really shining the light on what we did not have for the past 8 years. And I'm very happy and relieved that we are finally at this day. And I stand ready with the administration and the legislature's majority to ensure that the Virgin Islands, and St. Croix in particular, move forward.
In other news, Governor Mapp announced on Wednesday the key members of his financial team, saying they will help the new administration avert a total government collapse.
We have been making tremendous progress as we strive to put what we believe is a very strong financial team in place in the cabinet. As everyone in the Virgin Islands is really fully aware, this territory, this government is having significant financial challenges. We believe during the state of the territory, we will be discussing the financial condition, or just to give you a heads up, maybe the lack of financial condition of the government of the Virgin Islands. Our challenges in this area are going to be significant. And in order to bring about some semblance of reality and a plan and a strategy to go forward in stabilizing a complete deteriorating financial condition in this territory, in essence, to avert total financial collapse of the government, we have been reaching out to find the strongest people with the background and experience to assist us in this task. And so this morning I would like to begin by announcing our nominee for the Commissioner of the Department of Finance, Mr. Valdemar Collins. Mr. Collins, could you stand here, please? Valdemar Collins is a native of St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. I'd like to introduce to you our nominee and designate for the Office of Management and Budget, Mr. Nellan Bowring. We want to announce the head of our Veterans Affairs Department, and we are going to be appointing as the next director of the Department of Veterans Affairs, Mr. Patrick D. Farrell.
Meanwhile, Senator Novell Francis expressed his intention to work with the MAP Potter administration to develop the territory's agricultural industry. Francis, who serves as the vice chair of the Committee on Economic Development, Agriculture, and Planning, has submitted a bill request to create legislation for the formation of an entity to market local agricultural products, as well as develop farmers' cooperations.
Our farmers and fishermen currently wear two hats: production and sales. The creation of an entity for the wholesale marketing of agricultural products would not only allow our farmers and fishermen to focus their energies on production, but allow greater access for consumers, thereby providing revenue opportunities for both tradesmen and the government. I was very encouraged today to hear the administration plans, as they are very similar to my proposed legislation to support the agriculture industry. I look forward to a meaningful dialogue with Agriculture Commissioner Designee Carlos Robles and plans to schedule a meeting to discuss our shared objectives in the coming weeks.
Stay with us, we have more news straight ahead.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Welcome back to News Channel 8. Monday, January 19th is Martin Luther King Day. Here is Senator Terrence Positive Nelson with some information on what will be happening in the celebration on this day.
The Central Labor Council, the Civil Rights Committee, is having their 18th annual Martin Luther King Day March. It's taking place at Claudio Marco. Lineup registration begins at 9 a.m. The march begins promptly at 10 a.m. and will move on down to Bodo Park, where they will have the ceremony to culminate the day. Again, it's Martin Luther King Day, a man who stood for justice and equality for all, regardless and despite your financial class or your condition or your educational level. All of us should have access to equal rights and justice for all. And for those reasons, we should continue to maintain our support for the march, continue to maintain our support for the Central Labor Council. We know that we have seen the days where labor had seemed to have been under attack, so it is necessary, I believe, for us to not uphold the principles of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but also to uphold the fight and struggle for the working men and women of this territory and the world, because ultimately all economies thrive on the backs of the working men and women of those various jurisdictions. So happy Martin Luther King Day. This is the 18th annual march. It's taking place on Monday the 19th at Claudio Marco. March begins promptly at 10. Lineup begins at 9 a.m. and this is being held and sponsored by the Central Labor Council. And I'm happy to be there supporting them as usual.
Now here he is, Mr. Bogle, with your entertainment report.
Thank you very much, Junior. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of your entertainment report. And we're going to kick it straight into Sunday. You're looking for some place to go. It's all about Spratnet Beach Bar and Grill and R&B Connection. You'll be returning to Spratnet Beach Bar and Grill for the first time for the year 2015. So you definitely want to go and check it out down there. This Sunday, get something to eat, get something to drink, and have a good time. Also want to tell you about something on St. Thomas. It's all about JDPP Jammers HP. With Shot HB, the band, they turned 10. That's right, they're celebrating their 10th year anniversary. They're going to have live performances by Shot HB, the band, at the Emporium. You're going to have alongside BDJ, you're going to have Uncle Sass, Rancho, Sisa, and you're going to have juggling by DJ Mali and DJ Black. So please check it out. $10 gets you in all night. You must be aiding to get in. That's January 30th. That's at Emporium. So you definitely want to go and check it out. That's JDPP Jammers. Okay? Then we're going to move on and we're going to tell you about definitely get you in gear for this coming up event. It's all about Singer Promotion presents your Food for Your Soul Music Festival. That's Agriculture Fair Weekend. On the 13th, it's all about, of course, it's a reggae night. You're going to have Taros Riley, and you're going to have the Fire Train Band, and still some more to be added to the card. And then on the Saturday, it's all about soca. It's a legendary bands. I'm talking about the Burning Flames and Crossfire. They'll be there, the world famous Express Band, and Invader coming from St. Lucia. And definitely you want to check it out. You can get your tickets now. The early bird tickets goes on sale from this Friday, and you can get them at Urban Threads. You have Strictly the West, One Love East and West, Laurie and Chicken Shack, Rhythms, and Diamond Girls. And if I'm not mistaken, the early bird tickets goes on sale for $35. So make sure you go and get them. Also, we want to remind you that same Agriculture Fair weekend on the Sunday, you're going to have bigger vibes and most high. We're going to put the climax to this weekend, bringing from Sugar City St. Kitts the road map champions. That's a 3-time road map champions. I'm talking about the sweetest band in the world, the Smallest Band, and this event will take place at the Line, and it is called Bottoms in the Line. That's coming off of the road match hit Shake It, Bottoms in the Road. And you're going to have people like DJ Chubby on the card. You're going to have DJ Porter and much more. And Daddy Bob's up, that's right, he's going to be there. So definitely you want to get your tickets for this event, and it's just $20. So definitely I want to thank you for joining me here on the Entertainment Report. And whatever you choose to do this weekend, please do it peacefully. If you drink, just don't drive. And in the next few weeks, we'll have some updates pertaining to artists from the Virgin Islands who are releasing their albums for 2015 and who are about to go on tour. So thank you for joining me. Back to you, Junior.
And that's right, that UVI Mix is tonight. UVI Student Government Association will be welcoming back its students with UVI Mix, an array of local upcoming artists. The MC will be none other than Mr. Bash himself. There will be free pizza and drinks, bands, magicians, singers, rappers, and more. This event will be open to the public. Come out, have fun, and make sure to keep it clean. Don't go anywhere. We have more news coming up next.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And finally, Clean Sweep Frederiksted Project will be holding a cleanup this Martin Luther King Day. Now here is organizer Virginia Claremont with the details.
Hello, my name is Virginia Claremont. I am the founder of Clean Sweep Frederiksted, and this Monday, January the 19th, we are having a cleanup in Frederiksted on King Street. We're meeting at King and Cross Street at 7:30, hoping to finish at 11, and we are going to actually clear the gutters and do some scraping of the sediment and clean up the sidewalk, do some weeding, do some painting and scraping, all in an effort to make Frederiksted a more inviting place for everyone. Contact me at 240-671-7106. That's my telephone number. Or they can email us at cleansweepfrederiksted@gmail.com, or simply show up on the 19th at King and Cross Street in Frederiksted at 7:30. Our first effort was on October 25th, Make a Difference Day, and it was very successful. We actually had over 200 individuals show up and spread throughout the town of Frederiksted, actually collecting trash and various debris, and it was really successful, I have to say. It was a great community effort. I hope we have a mass turnout of volunteers.
Sounds like something you don't want to miss. Stay with us. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
Now here's a look at your 5-day weather forecast.
Tonight, scattered showers, mainly after 7 p.m. Partly cloudy with a low around 70. East wind 11 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Friday, scattered showers mainly before noon. Mostly sunny with a high near 85. East-southeast wind 11 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. On Friday night, scattered showers, partly cloudy with the low around 71. East wind 8 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. And on Saturday, scattered showers, mainly before noon. Mostly sunny with a high near 83. Northeast wind 6 to 8 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. And on Saturday night, isolated showers, partly cloudy with the low around 72. East-northeast wind 11 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Thank you very much for tuning in. That's a look at what's happening here in our territory. On behalf of WSVI-TV News, we want to say thank you. Enjoy the Virgin Islands and stay safe. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
I Trade Earth brings you News Channel 8, a Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands-based approach to economic development and the global marketplace, one small business at a time. Call 866-396-8278 for more information or look at us on as seen on channel8.com for I Trade Earth.